मज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकाकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चना गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So, welcome all of you, all the students of this group of Bhakti Sadachar, Vaishnava Etiquettes. Heartily welcome to all of you. The objective is those courses to know how to be a good Vaishnava, how we can become a good Vaishnava, or how can we become a better Vaishnava, how should we deal with other Vaishnava. So, all these things we will learn in this course. So, this course is designed to give basic understanding of Vaishnava etiquette. Once upon a time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu meets with Sanatan Goswami, and he instructed Sanatan Goswami to write a book about Vaishnava etiquette. So he asked, please guide me how to write. So all the outlines, basic outlines, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given to Sanatan Goswami, which are mentioned and described in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 24, verse 324 to 344. In 21 verses, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Sanatan Goswami what should we write, and this Vaishnava etiquette book, what we are going to study, what we are going to learn, is based upon all those rules and regulations and all those objectives. So, Sanatan Goswami, who has compiled all the Vaishnava etiquette in a book named Hari Bhakti Vilas, and in Hari Bhakti Vilas he has mentioned two objectives of that book. So, what are those two objectives? First is to give people basic understanding of Vaishnava etiquette. Vaishnava etiquette, Vaishnava behavior, Vaishnava dealings and Vaishnava practices. All these things, to give the basic understandings of these things. And second is to realize Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. What is the movement? Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave very solid scriptural foundation, and in a very simplified way, how Hare Krishna movement or Krishna consciousness is followed. So, as we know, this age is Kali Yuga, it is known as Kali Yuga. So, in this age of Kali, people have very short age and they are always disturbed. It is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, verse 10. प्रायेण अल्प आयुषा सभ्य कलौ अस्मिन् युगे जना मंदा सुमंद मतयो मंद भाग्या हि उपद्रुतः. People in this age of Kali are remain disturbed all the time, they are misguided, they fight with each other, they have less intelligence, they have misfortune, and they are degraded. So for those people, because they are degraded, they are misfortune, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought this Krishna conscious movement or Hare Krishna movement to all the people in a simplified way, which we are going to learn. So first lesson of our Vaishnava etiquette is the goal. What is the goal of our life? What is our eternal identity? Let me ask to all the students, do you have the book? Do you have your student copy with you?
Yes, Mataji, today I am at Surat, but I have told to my husband, he has sent now, but
Okay.
lesson is, I think, taking shelter of Guru. Correct na, Mataji?
Okay. Yes. So I am going to start second chapter, first part, the goal, eternal identity. So you can consider your book also. So first topic is, who am I? So if I ask to any one of you, who am I? What would be your answer? Other than Anu Mataji, some other Mataji, everyone can take part.
I will say I am a soul
Okay.
in a particular body.
Okay. Oh, very good, Mataji. You have learned already. That's why you are giving perfect answer. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, who is our Parampara Acharya, who comes in Guru Parampara, he explained, Sanatana Goswami once asked to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who am I? He asked, Sanatana Goswami asked to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who am I? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, you are neither the material body nor the subtle body. Material body means we are not made up of 5 elements, 5 gross elements like Bhumi, Apa, Analaha, Kham, Vayu. These are the 5 material elements. I think all of you know. Bhumi means earth, ether, fire, air, all these things comes, and water. But subtle body is composed of 3 things: mind, intelligence, and ego. Ego means false ego. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was telling in the answer of Sanatana Goswami, who am I? He told, you are neither the material body nor the subtle body. Actually, you are a spirit soul. Spirit soul means you are the eternal part and parcel of super soul. Super soul means Krishna, Lord Krishna. So therefore, you are his eternal servant. And generally, we know that there are 2 worlds. One is spiritual world and another is material world. So you means all the jiva are situated between these 2 worlds, material world and the spiritual world. And because of we are the part and parcel of Krishna or super soul, we belong to both, because we are come in middle of both these worlds. As we know that Krishna has 3 energies: internal potency, external potency, and marginal potency. So we belong to the marginal potency. So we are neither belong to the external world or the material world, nor we belong to internal world or the spiritual world. We belong to the marginal world. Because of that, we are part of spirit and we are part of that part and parcel of that spirit. So we can say we are little similar to super soul and we are different from super soul. It is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 20, verse 108 and 9. Jeevere sarup hai Krishnera nitya das, Krishnera tatastha shakti bheda bheda prakash. Krishnera tatastha shakti, we all living entities are tatastha shakti, means we are at the marginal position, and because we belong to the margin, we belong to Bhed and Abhed, means we are similar to Super Soul, but we are very much different. So, how we are similar? We are similar in the quality. As we are part and parcel of Super Soul, so our quality is similar to Super Soul. Same, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna. So, we having abhed means indifferent. We are indifferent. But we are different. How we are different? Because we are a minute particle of that spirit soul. That is why we are different from the Super Soul. Only in quality we are same, but in quantity we are different. That is why here the word came Bhed Abhed Prakash. We are somehow similar, but we are very much different from the Super Soul. So, this is our position. Who am I? We are the part and parcel of Lord Krishna, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Super Soul. So, that answer is clear. And it is mentioned with one beautiful analogy. What is that? Suryansh kiran ye chhe agni jwala chaya swabhavika krishner teen prakar shakti haya. For example, sun emanates the sunshine. The sunshine comes from the sun. So, sunshine and sun are two different things. Even though sun rays are the parts of the sun, but it is different. Sunshine are different. These are the part of the sun. Similarly, the fire and the small particles of the fire which comes out, sparkles, these are different from the fire. Similarly, we living entities, we are part and parcel of Lord Krishna, so we are different from him. Further, it is explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnera Swarup आर शक्ति त्रय ज्ञान यार है तारे नहीं कृष्ण ते अज्ञान. The person who knows about all three Shakti, three potencies of Krishna, he can never remain in ignorance. Means he knows the Krishna, he knows the Super Soul as it is. Properly he knows. So now the question comes, I got the answer of the question, who am I? But what is my position? I got it that I am the part of the Super Soul, I am the Spirit Soul. But what is my position? So, to answer this question, it comes that our position is the servant of servant. Krishnera Nitya Das Jivere Swarup Hoy Krishnera Nitya Das. So, to explain this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu further explains that one person cannot attain Krishna directly by his own mental speculations, by gaining knowledge of different scriptures. One cannot understand Krishna unless he takes the knowledge from a pure devotee. Because pure devotee can only tell about Krishna in a proper way and person can understand. So, our position is a servant of servant. Unless we do not serve the servant of Lord Krishna, we cannot understand him. So, our position is, it is mentioned by Rupa Goswami in Padyavali, and it comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita also. Naham vipro na cha narpatir, naham vaishyo napi shudro, naham varni na cha grahpatir, no vanasto yathirva, kintu prodhya nikhila parmanand purna amritabdher, gopir bhartupad kamalayor, das das anudas. So here the last line is most important. Gopir bhartupad kamalayor, das das anudas. I am the servant of those those who remain always in the service of Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna who always maintain their pure servant known as the gopis. Who maintains the gopis themselves at Vrindavan. So we are servant of a servant. A pure devotee therefore never approaches Lord directly, because he knows that our position is to servant of a servant of the Lord. If we approach him directly, we cannot understand. Krishna will not accept us. Krishna will accept only when we approach Krishna through a pure devotee. So we should understand, we should hear, we should do all Navadha Bhakti processes through a pure devotee, understand it, and then we can attain Krishna, the super soul, easily. Now, after knowing what is our position, then the question arises, what is our real form? What is our Swarupa? What is the Swarupa of the living entity? So, to know the Swarupa, it is mentioned in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, also known as Nectar of Devotion, which is known as our rule book of Krishna consciousness. What is mentioned there? That our Swarupa is the service attitude, our service attitude towards Lord. That is our real form. If a person has only the desire to render transcendental service to the Lord, that person is free from any condition of material existence. Means, whenever person feels to serve Lord all the time in all the condition, so that feeling, that position is his real form. So, Chaitanya Charitamrita confirms this statement that our real spiritual form is the servitor of the Supreme Lord. We are the servitor. And Lord is Swarat. He is independent. So, because Lord is independent, He is Swarat, and we are in quality, living beings are in quality similar to the Lord. So, we are also having the independence quality. That is why somehow we are independent. But whenever we develop the love for Krishna, spontaneous love of Krishna, then only we understand Him properly. And understand and love means whenever we understand Krishna through different services, through loving services to Krishna, then only we can understand, we can know our real form. Because service attitude is most important. Every person, every living entity is busy in service to other person. Like a mother serve to her children, a wife serve to her husband, a friend serve to her or his friend, like that. So serving is the most important thing among living entities. So that servitorship is also important in transcendental world. Here we can say in this material world, this service is only for gaining some benefit from other person. If we want to get some benefit, then only we serve with love. And to that person we are serving, the person also give the benefit in form of monetary, like husband take care of the wife. In monetary form, mother take care of children, providing them food and other necessary things, right? And friend provide other friend with the necessities. So in material world, it is give and take formula, but in transcendental form, it is totally transcendental. One transcend the three modes of the nature whenever he served the Lord, Supreme Personality of Lord Shri Krishna. It comes in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned between the conversation of Maitreya Muni and Vidura. So Maitreya Muni is telling to Vidura about the Lord Shri Krishna. Lord Shri Krishna is telling, Shri Bhagavana Vacha Yada Rahitam Atmanam Bhutendriye Gunashayah Swarupena Mayopetam Pashyan Swarajam Richati. Means, a person who comes out or who overcomes all three modes of material nature. All three modes of material nature means modes of goodness, mode of passion and mode of ignorance. If a person overcome all three modes of material nature and remains in pure existence, he can realize his own spiritual form, because he remain always engaged in the pure devotional service of Lord. So whenever in all the condition he do services to the Lord, that service is his real form. Okay, so is this clear? What is our real form? Now comes to Shri Krishna and his three different energies. Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has three energies, or we can say three potencies. One is internal potency, second is external potency, and third one is between both of them is known as the marginal potency. In Hindi, it is known as Tatastha Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti and Antaranga Shakti. Antaranga Shakti is internal potency, that is Lord's his own energy, own potential, own potency, internal potency. So that internal potency exhibit the spiritual cosmic manifestations, which is known as Vaikunthas. Whenever we study the universe, we see innumerable Vaikunthas are present in the universe. So all those Vaikunthas are manifested by internal potency of Lord. And these Vaikuntha lokas exist eternally, even after the destruction of the material cosmic manifestation. There are three processes now: maintenance, destruction and srishti. So whenever destruction occurs or annihilation occurs, everything destroys. But what is evolved by the internal potency, the Vaikuntha Loka, these never ever destroyed, because these are related to internal potency of Lord. Okay, Antaranga Shakti. Now come to the second potency, which is Bahiranga Shakti or external potency. This potency of Lord manifests the material creation. Material creation like all the material things like sun, water, earth, fire, ether, air, all these are material creations. Whenever we see the sun rays comes, and because of cold weather the condensation occur and water vapors, water droplets change into the vapors and it becomes a fog, and when the temperature is too low then it becomes a dense fog. Dense fog is that much a person cannot see the road even. So it blocks the pedestrian way. He does not know how to and where to go. Here is a street or here is a road made by brick. He cannot see it clearly unless he has the torch in his hand. That is why example is given of pedestrian, because in vehicle headlight are there, so they can switch on the headlight and they can see. But pedestrian way is blocked by the fog, presence of fog. But in actual sun rays are present somewhere in full amount. Because of condensation of the water vapors, fog come, and because of the fog the visibility becomes low, person cannot see. Similarly, because of this external potency of Lord, Maya works and person cannot see the Lord. It creates ignorance to the person. Like a person, pedestrian person, because of fog cannot see the road clearly, because of Maya, because of ignorance. A living entity who is in contact with the external potency cannot see the Lord properly. Okay. Now third potency is the marginal potency. First is internal potency, Antaranga, and second I told about the external potency, Bahiranga. Now, Antaranga and Bahiranga. Now, in the middle, there is a marginal potency where all the living entities are found, including human beings and all the animals, all living beings, including plants. So, these living beings which are related to marginal potency, they can face the internal potency, they can be attached with the internal potency. That time they can see the Lord, and whenever they comes in contact of the material energy or external potency of the Lord, they go far away from the Lord. They cannot see the Lord. They remain in ignorance. So that's why our position is at the margin. So what should be our act? Our act should be, we should always face towards the internal potency of the Lord. Means, who is that? That is Radharani, Srimati Radharani. So whenever we face towards Lord, towards its internal potency, we do service, loving service to the Lord, we can see Him clearly and we overcome Maya, which is known as ignorance. Because this Maya, which is known as illusory energy, which mislead the person, as I told, pedestrian cannot see the way because of the fog. So, because we remain in the marginal, as a marginal potency, we should always face towards the Lord. We should not involve or engaged with the material energy. The problem is, most of the people, more than 90-95% people, are covered with ignorance, covered with Lord's Maya, covered with Lord's external potency. So they are away from the Lord. They remain always engaged in their sense gratification. They want to gratify their senses. They want to be happy. They want to do all the work. That is why they are always misled. But a person, whenever he connects himself with the Lord, with his internal potency, his ignorance destroy, dispel, and he can see the Lord. In this universe, from Brahma Loka to the lower planet, means from the higher planet to the lower planet, these living entities are moving from one form to another form because of their ignorance. A Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna Mam Upetya tu Kaunteya Punarjanmana Vidyate. So Krishna says, Mam Upetya, one who comes to me can overcome these all lokas and Punarjanmana Vidyate. He cannot take birth again. Who comes to me, he takes my shelter. He overcomes Maya easily. Like fog cannot cover the sun rays for a long time. As sun brightens, temperature increases, the fog dispels. Immediately fog गायब हो जाता है. So as soon as we comes in contact with Krishna's potencies, internal potency, then that time we are free from all the ignorance and Maya. And who can do this? If a person takes shelter of a devotee who is a pure devotee, who has already overcome from all these three material modes of nature, he can guide any person to overcome that ignorance. And the person who comes in contact with the devotee, he shows the path that the Pradhan, the cause of all causes, is the Supreme Lord. So he can see face to face the internal potency, the Krishna. Like whenever we see the deity, we feel happy. If we have a connection with the Lord, with our loving devotional services, we understand, we hear about his Janma Karma Cha Me Divyam, we know about all the activities from Shastras about the Lord Krishna, then we can see the deity, that he is smiling, he is blessing us. But those who do not anything, they just see them as a statue. Okay, this is a statue made up of material, some material or marble or different things. So that person who has no feeling, no shravan he has done from a devotee, he cannot see the Lord, even though he is present in front of him in the deity form. So that is the difference. That is why we should take surrender of the Lord's internal potency through a pure devotee. And one who is able to understand the intricacies of all these three energies of the Supreme Lord can no longer remain an empirical impersonalist under the influence of a poor fund of knowledge. Because of poor fund of knowledge, he cannot understand. But once he overcomes, he can easily see. Krishnera Sarupa Are Shakti Traya Jnana Yaha Yar hai tar nahi Krishnete Agyan. One who knows or who understands these three potencies clearly, what are these three potencies, how do they work, what are our relation with these three potencies, how we can overcome the material mood. That person cannot remain in ignorance anymore. He can see the Lord very easily. And Krishna and Krishna's energies are, in some way, they are one in ultimate issue but different in action, like electric energy. For example, electricity is there. Through the same electricity, we can use the electrical energy in different objects, which shows different actions. Like same electricity, whenever runs in the heater, we switch on the heater, it gives the heat. Blower gives the hot air. And if electricity goes in AC, air conditioner, then we get the cooling air. In refrigerator, we get the things cool. Whenever electricity energy comes in fan, then it start to run and it gives us air. Or in microphone, it convert the electrical energy into sound, like that. So basically the electricity, the ultimate source is one, electricity, but its action is different. Similarly, the Lord is one, its potencies, basically all three potencies are one, the Lord. From Lord himself all three potencies are coming, but they are giving different action. In internal potency, they are producing cosmic creation, different Vaikuntha lokas. By external potency, it manifests material creation, and in marginal potency, it expand himself as the living beings. So all these three potencies are different, but they are one in ultimate issue. Now come to the point 2.2.1, behaving well, Acara and Pracara. Foundation of Bhakti Sadachar, that is most important. So one should take care and understand these two words properly, Acara and Pracara. Sanatan Goswami glorifies Namacharya Haridas Thakur. He says, Apane Acharya kahe na kare prachara, prachara kare na kaha na kare nachara. Acara prachara namer karha dui karya, tumi sarva guru tumi jagater arya. Means, Sanatan Goswami is telling to Haridas Thakur, Namacharya Haridas Thakur, कि some people are very good in achar. Achar means behavior, but they do not preach about the Lord's glorification. And some people are very good in preaching. They preach other people about the Krishna consciousness. Na kare in achar, but they are not behaving properly. They do not behave properly with the other devotees, with other Vaishnavas. Acara pracara namer kar dui karya, tumi sarva guru tumi jagater arya. But you are showing with your good behavior and simultaneously you are doing prachar also. So you are doing two work together simultaneously, achar and prachar. So what is your quality? Tumi sarva guru. You have the quality of a guru to become a spiritual master of the whole world. Tumi jagater arya. Pure jagat ke, jagater means the whole world. You can become a acharya, a guru of the whole world, because you are performing both the duties in relation to holy name. One is your personal behavior, your achar, and your prachar, your preaching. So here we can understand that both things are very important. One should behave properly and one should expand or express the knowledge of Krishna and tell about holy name to others also. It is mentioned in Purport that Srila Goswami, Sanatan Goswami defines about the bona fide spiritual master. So, before understanding, we should know what are the qualification of the spiritual master which is mentioned by Sanatan Goswami. So he told one must act according to the scriptural injunction and at the same time preach. Acting, showing your behavior, and at the same time you preach. One who does so is a bona fide spiritual master. And Haridas Thakur was the ideal spiritual master because he regularly chanted on his beads a prescribed number of rounds, prescribed number of Hari name, and generally he used to chant 3 lakhs name of holy name, 3 lakhs name of Hari Nam continuously per day. And we see in Krishna consciousness, other members will also chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra minimum 16 rounds per day. So if a person is chanting minimum 16 rounds per day without difficulty, and side by side he is preaching about the cult of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu according to Bhagavad Gita as it is, what is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, not by his own mental concoction. So that person who is preaching according to the cult of Bhagavad Gita is fit to become a spiritual master for the entire world. This is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita Antalila. Sanatan Goswami is telling to Haridas Thakur because of his prachar and because of his achar. Because he used to chant Lord's holy name 3 lakhs per day. So simply whenever we chant the holy name vibrating from with our tongue, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra 16 rounds daily, any devotee who is chanting it sincerely can advance himself from a ordinary person to a good habit, good sadachar person. And whenever with this practice he becomes pure in his consciousness by this devotional service, he advances the stage of ecstatic love of Krishna. He gets the love of Krishna. So we should always pray to Lord Krishna simply to engage himself in his confidential services. Means, oh Lord Krishna, please give me or make me eligible to serve you all the time so that we can purify our consciousness. And that consciousness, that purity will give us strength needed to infuse others with Krishna consciousness. Means your chanting with pure consciousness and services to the Lord give you strength so that you can preach other also the same Krishna consciousness. This is mentioned in Srila Prabhupada's letter to Vaikuntanath Prabhu. He has written a letter to Vaikuntanath Prabhu by showing how much Pracara and Acara both are important. If you are showing with your behavior, you are doing in your action with your pure consciousness, you will change other hearts also. Now come to its last point, Vaishnava etiquette. Vaishnava etiquette is known as the ornament of a devotee. Generally, in outside world, we see people decorate himself with different ornaments. Some are with gold, some are with diamonds, some are with different stones, some are with different imitation jewelry, and they feel happy. I'm looking beautiful with different kind of ornaments. But for a Vaishnava, all these ornaments has no value. Even though you are wearing a precious diamond, that has no value. Because a Vaishnava's best ornament is his Acara. Acara means his Vaishnava etiquette. If he is following proper etiquette, means the Vaishnava is beautiful. He looks beautiful with simple 12 tilaka on his body. And whenever we put tilak, we chant holy name. Like Om Keshvaya Namaha. Whenever we put tilak on our forehead, we always recite Om Keshvaya Namaha. Om Narayana Namaha. Om Narayanaya Namaha. Om Madhavaya Namaha. Om Govindaya Namaha. In next chapter, whenever it will come, I will tell you in detail. So all these tilak marks and our kanthi mala, tulsi beads are our ornaments. And moreover, our best ornament is our behavior. If we behave properly with other devotees, if we chant our rounds consciously with pure devotion, and we engage ourselves in the services of the Lord, we can become a pure devotee because of our pure consciousness, and we look gorgeous because of all these activities. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glorifies Shri Sanatana Goswami. Yadyapi tumi ho jagat pavan, तोमा स्पर्श पवित्र है देव मुनिगण, तथापि भक्त स्वभाव मर्यादा रक्षण, मर्यादा पालन है साधुर भूषण. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling to Sanatana Goswami, oh my dear Sanatana, although you are the deliverer of the entire universe, and although even the demigods and the great saints are purified by touching you, by touching your feet, they are purified. But it is a very good characteristic feature of a devotee which you are showing. What? To observe and protect the Vaishnava etiquette. Means you are showing with your behavior how to follow the Vaishnava etiquette. And that Vaishnava etiquette, maintenance of that Vaishnava etiquette is the actual ornament of the devotee. A story comes here from where this verse has come. Tathapi yadapi tumi ho jagat pavan toma sparsha pavitra hoye dev munigan. एक बार की बात है, सनातन गोस्वामी को मिलने के लिए बुलाया चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने. तो सनातन गोस्वामी, उनका उन दिनों कुछ तबीयत ठीक नहीं था, तो उनका शरीर थोड़ा कुछ स्किन में उनको डिजीज़ हुआ था, तो उससे पानी निकल रहा था, तो ही वॉज फीलिंग हिमसेल्फ एज ए इम्प्योर. तो वो जगन्नाथ टेम्पल में चैतन्य महाप्रभु उनका वेट कर रहे थे. तो उन्होंने सीधा रास्ता ना लेके, सनातन गोस्वामी ने सीधा रास्ता ना नहीं लेके, जो सिंह द्वार की तरफ जाता है, छोटा रास्ता है, वो ना लेके वो पूरा सी बीच की तरफ से घूमते हुए आए. और दिन का समय था, जो बालू थी, रेत थी, वो तप्त हो रही थी, हैं, तप्त हो रही थी, मतलब गर्मी से वो कैसे गर्म हो जाती है। तो उस पर नंगे पैर चल के आए तो उनके पैरों में छाले पड़ गए। तो भी जब वो वहाँ पहुँचे, ऑफ कोर्स उनको थोड़ा टाइम लगा वहाँ पहुँचने में, लेकिन चैतन्य महाप्रभु के पास जब पहुँचे तो गोविंद जो चैतन्य महाप्रभु का सेवक है, उसने महाप्रभु को बताया कि सनातन गोस्वामी आ गए हैं। तो सनातन गोस्वामी आ गए हैं तो पहले तो चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने बोला कि उनको ठीक है आप प्रसाद दो, जो उनका उच्छिष्ट था वो प्रसाद देने को बोला। तो गोविंद ने प्रसाद दिया, उनको प्रसाद पा लिया। फिर सनातन गोस्वामी ने कहा मेरा प्रसाद हो गया, अब मैं चैतन्य महाप्रभु से मिल सकता हूँ क्या? तो चैतन्य महाप्रभु मिलने के लिए आए और उसको देखते ही गले से लगा लिया, आलिंगन दिया, एम्ब्रेस कर लिया चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने सनातन गोस्वामी को। वो चैतन्य महाप्रभु पूछते हैं सनातन गोस्वामी से, अरे सनातन, तुम यहाँ से इतना लंबा रास्ता से चल के क्यों आए? तुम्हारे पैर में तो छाले पड़ गए होंगे। तो सनातन गोस्वामी बोले, हे महाप्रभु, मुझे क्षमा कीजिए, देरी हो गई दूर से आने में, लंबा चल के आने में। कोई बात नहीं, मेरे पैर में छाले हो गए, लेकिन मेरे शरीर से जो डिजीज़ की वजह से थोड़ा पानी निकल रहा है ना, तो मैं कंटामिनेट हो गया है मेरा शरीर। और यदि मैं इस रास्ते से आता, सिंह द्वार की तरफ से आता, आपके पास जल्दी पहुंच जाता, तो यदि मेरे से कोई टच हो जाता तो वो भी कंटामिनेट हो जाता, और वो कंटामिनेट हो जाता तो उनकी सेवा में बाधा पड़ती, क्योंकि भगवान की सेवा में जो सेवक जाते हैं वो एकदम फ्रेश नहा धो के जाते हैं, वो किसी से टच नहीं होते। तो एकदम यदि सफाई का ध्यान ना रखा जाए तो क्या होता है, वो सेवा भगवान स्वीकार नहीं करते, वो कंटामिनेट हो जाता है। तो सनातन गोस्वामी को चैतन्य महाप्रभु कहते हैं कि ये तो आपने बहुत अच्छा कार्य किया कि आपने ऐसा मन में विचार लाया कि मैं वहाँ से आता तो क्या होता, मैं किसी से टच हो जाता तो उनकी सेवा खराब हो जाती, वो कंटामिनेट हो जाते मेरे से स्पर्श पाने के बाद। तो इस तरह से उनकी सेवा मेरी वजह से डिस्टर्ब होती तो मैं तो कहीं का नहीं रहता, क्योंकि मेरी वजह से उनको नुकसान पहुँचाता ना, उनकी सेवा में डिस्टर्ब होता। तो इसलिए मैंने यही उचित समझा कि मैं लंबे रास्ते से आ जाऊं जिससे किसी को डिस्टर्बेंस ना हो। तो उनका ये भाव देख के चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने सनातन गोस्वामी को बोला, यद्यपि तुम्हें हो जगत पावन, हे सनातन गोस्वामी, ऑल्दो यू आर द डिलीवरर ऑफ द एंटायर यूनिवर्स, तोमा स्पर्श पवित्र है मुनि देवगण, बिकॉज ऑफ योर डिजीज डू नॉट फील बैड, यू हैव द पावर to purify the demigods, the saint, by touching you. Even though you have thought about their services, you never thought ki okay, let me go from this side. You thought that if they will touch my body, so they will get contaminated and their seva will not be taken by the Lord. So you have thought up to that extent. That is why तथापि भक्त स्वभाव मर्यादा रक्षण, मर्यादा पालन है साधुर भूषण. Because you have followed the maryada, you have shown with your behavior what should be the behavior of a Vaishnava, and that behavior, that maryada is the bhushan of a sadhu, is the best ornament of a sadhu. So by this story we can understand behavior or etiquette of a Vaishnava is very, very important. Because of our bad behavior, other get contaminated. That is why we should follow the Vaishnava etiquette properly, and we are learning nicely in this course. Further explained in Srimad Bhagavatam by Bhakti Devi, that Bhakti Devi decorates herself with the innumerable ornaments of the Vaishnavas who come together to relish the sweet sound of the holy name of the Lord. Means the people, those who come and chant innumerable pure name of the Lord, those Vaishnavas are the ornaments of Bhakti Devi, and Bhakti Devi feel happy with the presence of those people. So we should become the ornament of Bhakti Devi. Bhakti Devi glorifies all the Vaishnavas here, as we have seen in the verse Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhakti Devi decorates herself with the innumerable ornaments of the Vaishnavas who come together to relish the sweet sound of the holy name. So we will follow all the rules and regulation, and we learn what are the Vaishnava etiquettes in detail in further classes. So next time your third chapter will be started. Today first and second chapters are over. First chapter was nothing, only rules and regulation that you have learned in previous courses. So by this way your second chapter is over. If you have any query, any question, any doubt or anything to say, you can ask right now.
Can you tell a little next time about that all six Goswamis step by step, little, 2 lines? That Sanatan Goswami you told na? Goswami, then later who came last?
Acha. Do you know about the name of all six Goswamis?
These are given in Bhagavad Gita.
Shri Roop, Sanatan, Bhatt Raghunath, Shri Jeev, Gopal, Bhatt Das Raghunath. These are the name, and easy to learn this shloka. By this shloka you can learn all the name of all six Goswamis. So Roop Goswami is the Pradhan or the leader of all Goswamis. And Sanatan Goswami was his elder brother. Roop Sanatan, Shri Roop Sanatan Bhatt Raghunath. Raghunath Bhatt Goswami was there, who was a very good worshipper of Lord Jagannatha. And Bhatt Raghunath, Shri Jeev was the nephew of Roop Goswami, and he was very good in writing the scriptures and doing the commentary on scriptures. So Jeev Goswami, Das Raghunath Das Goswami, and Raghunath Bhatt Goswami. So these are the total 6 Goswamis.
So we are coming, therefore Rupa Manjari is on the name of Rupa Goswami. Correct?
Rupa Manjari is its real form in transcendental world. Today we have learned about the real form now. So Rupa Goswami's real form in the transcendental world is Rupa Manjari. And if we want to know about yourself, about ourselves, what is our real form or what is our Swarupa, we can understand through our devotional services. What services we do with lots of love and without break, even in unfavorable condition. If we are doing the service to the Lord with love, with pure consciousness, we do not get disturbed. That means that can be your Swarupa. Unlimited transcendental services are available in the transcendental world. So we can choose, or whatever, generally we do not choose the services, whatever our spiritual master or our counselor or our temple president gives you, that services we should follow. Slowly we get taste in the services, because they know your caliber. Your counselor know your caliber, your temple president or your spiritual master know your caliber. Whenever we come in contact, they can make out easily. Every person has different kind of caliber. So according to your caliber, they give you seva. Whenever you start to do your seva with love, with pure consciousness, and till the extent of nistha. Nistha means if you are getting some unfavorable condition, then also you are not stopping your seva. It means that is your real form, real Swarupa in transcendent. हाँ, वो अलग है माता जी, वो 9 स्टेप अलग हैं, वो स्टेप बाय स्टेप आगे बढ़ना बताया है, मैं उसकी बात नहीं कर रही हूँ. I'm telling whatever service your Guru is giving you, that can be your real form. It is mentioned, you can read the paragraph in 2.1.3, Swarupa or real form. It is mentioned here. And yes.
Mataji, little preaching was stopped, na? Later that our 6 Goswamis. Therefore, Bhakti Siddhanta Swami told to Prabhupada, little preaching was stopped.
Preaching was not stopped, it was less in amount, because of this Kali Yuga, people are getting bewildered easily, they are becoming sahajiya, they are following different other parampara like aul baul, sakhi bekhi, all these things. These are known as up sampradaya. Because of up sampradaya, they forget about their all real essence of bhakti. So according to their convenience, they start to do the services and they disgrade. वो उनका उससे पतन हो गया, जो सही चीज़ थी वो उसको नहीं कर पा रहे थे, इस वजह से they could not do it properly. So after some time, whenever Bhakti Vinod Thakur started and tried to establish all those teachings which Shad Goswamis has given, so he faced lot of problem. Then he prayed to Lord, oh Lord, please give me a son who can preach and remove all those obstacles of bhakti. Then with his prayer, he blessed with Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur as a son. And when he grows, he became a strong lion guru who shattered all the up-sampradayas. So it was there in between also, but less in amount. Because of up-sampradaya, people stopped to follow, because following rules and regulation is difficult, na? And doing whatever you want is easy. So generally people goes, okay, whatever I want to do, let me do. Why to follow rules and regulation? Because of this Kali Yuga. Prayena alpa ayusha, kala usmin yuge jana. ठीक है?
Yes, Mother. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So, Hare Krishna.
There are some few empty pages given after the chapter. Is there anything to be written on that or how?
Prabhuji, these pages are there in everyone's book, so you can utilize them to make some notes. No problem. So, is this your first class today? First?
Yeah.
Okay. So, how did you feel this class?
Yeah, it's good. I'll have to just go through with the books, whatever you said, to try to reconnect and understand further.
Okay. Okay, fine. Hope you will.
I came yesterday, I was out of station and I got the book yesterday only. I was not able to go through the books and go on the chapter, first chapter, second.
Okay. So hopefully you will relish all the classes in future. Keep your notebook ready to note down the points. Okay. And you can, if you have any other Vaishnav Etiquette book or Vaishnav Sadachar book, you can read that also, no problem. And if you have any query, please note down. By the end of the session, you can ask. All right. So, shall we stop today's meeting? Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna. We'll meet on next Tuesday, same time. Hari Bol.